This is Nightline.
Tonight, sweating, bloodshot eyes, and hydrocodone pills. New details from authorities in last week's arrest of Tiger Woods following a rollover accident in Florida. And what the golf legend is saying tonight. Plus, the perfect couple. Disturbing details in the murders of the Ohio dentist and his wife, shot to death in their own home.
Their smiles were infectious in the video and just throughout life.
Her ex-husband has pleaded not guilty to the crime.
This was a targeted attack.
What police believe the accused killer did weeks before he allegedly pulled the trigger. And what it takes to be a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader inside the elite world popularized by America's sweethearts.
Every year the talent just gets better and better and better.
Where are the dedicated dancers who spent years training for this moment?
The sneakers, the shoes, the tights, the nails, self-tanning. Like, there's so much that goes into it that is like a craft in itself.
Competing for a handful of spots on one of the most selective NFL cheer teams.
We are on the field longer than some of the NFL players.
Did she make the cut?
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. We begin tonight with new details from Friday's arrest of Tiger Woods in Florida. A probable cause affidavit released by authorities reports the golf legend told police he was looking down at his phone and changing the radio station and didn't realize the truck in front of him had slowed down before he clipped it. A deputy saying that Woods was sweating profusely and that his eyes were bloodshot and glassy. 2 hydrocodone pills were found in his pants pocket. He was arrested on suspicion of DUI and pled not guilty today. Tonight, Tiger putting out a statement saying in part, "I know and understand the seriousness of the situation I find myself in. I'm stepping away for a period of time to seek treatment and focus on my health. I'm committed to taking the time needed to return in a healthier, stronger, more focused place, both personally and professionally." We turn now to another look at the sinister details of the double murders of Ohio dentist Spencer Tepe and his wife Monique. Police believe the accused killer, Monique's ex-husband, had cased the couple's home weeks before he allegedly pulled the trigger.
Spencer, what can I say? From day one, I knew you were something special. I had quite a journey to get to you. Countless bad bumble dates, wrong relationships, and waterfalls of tears. But it was worth every cringing second because it led me to you.
Columbus Police, Tech 107.
Yes, I would like to ask for a wellness check on an individual at their home.
What address?
It's North 4th Street.
Exactly. What's going on there?
There's a body. Our friend wasn't answering his phone when he just came here, and he appears dead. There's blood. He's laying next to his bed, off of his bed, and there's blood.
Details from the scene of the murders of Monique and Spencer Tepe in Columbus, Ohio, are chilling. According to the coroner's report, the couple was shot a total of 16 times. Monique Tepe shot 9 times. Her husband, Spencer, shot 7 times in the head and chest.
What we've known up until now is that Monique Tepe was shot at least once in the chest, but actually she was shot multiple times in the chest and also in her head and her arms. The tragic deaths of these 2 young parents leaving friends and family shattered.
Spencer and Monique were some of the kindest and just most inviting people. They just brought everyone together. The wedding that they had at their house, that was just such a magic moment.
I knew that God was guiding me to my person, and that when I met him, it would be the most magical thing ever. And boy, is that an understatement.
Their smiles were infectious in the video and just throughout life.
I finally found my lobster, and it honestly couldn't be a person with a more beautiful heart. I will love you forever, and I'm so lucky to be Mrs. Tepe.
The lobster line comes from one of her favorite TV shows, Friends.
See? He's her lobster.
Spencer was her lobster, and she was his as well.
They were all about bringing family and community and friends, and you didn't have to be blood to be family.
The disturbing details of what happened in those early morning hours on December 30th coming to light just days after Monique's ex-husband, Dr. Michael McKee, a vascular surgeon, is booked in the Franklin County Jail, charged with multiple counts of aggravated murder.
You can see here Michael McKee being escorted by deputies at the Franklin County Jail. He's in plain clothes, about to be booked on murder charges.
He's patted down and searched, ending up in just his t-shirt and boxer shorts. Next to him is a blue bag that appears to have whatever belongings he had at the time of his arrest.
Mr. McKee was arrested in Rockford, Illinois without incident. We can also say that multiple weapons were taken from the property of McKee. And there is a preliminary link to one of the weapons that ties it to the homicides.
It's the ex-husband, Dr. Michael McKee. They're divorced 8 years ago. It doesn't make any sense. What could possibly be the motive here?
You have Michael McKee, who's a vascular surgeon working at a hospital in Rockford, Illinois, living in this penthouse high-rise in Chicago, allegedly driving all the way to Ohio to commit these murders.
McKee pleading not guilty in an Ohio courtroom.
Your Honor, with respect to the allegations, we would acknowledge receipt, waive reading, enter not guilty pleas to all counts contained therein.
Michael McKee and Monique Tepe were briefly married.
Michael McKee was sort of the prototypical popular high school kid. He was a National Merit Scholar, one of the top-ranked people in his class. He was an all-state football player, and then he went to Ohio State University.
Monique and Michael both went to Ohio State University for undergrad. Michael went to medical school while Monique pursued her graduate degree.
Monique and Michael get married. They buy a house in Roanoke, Virginia, which is where Michael is completing his residency to become a vascular surgeon. By all accounts, he's the kind of guy that you'd probably want to date, but the marriage didn't last long. By 2017, they're divorced after only 2 years of marriage.
In looking at the divorce papers, the most remarkable thing is, it's not remarkable. This is a very simple divorce. No shared assets, no children, both having separate properties. They are not compatible, and that's it.
But Monique's marriage to Michael McKee was allegedly far more turbulent than most people knew, according to a recently filed affidavit.
You can see all sorts of accusations about what goes on inside a relationship, inside a marriage, but you don't usually read bombshell accusations that investigators revealed. They said that Monique had told friends he had been abusive and had made numerous threats on her life during and after her marriage, had forced unwanted sex on her, and had strangled her.
Another witness told detectives that Michael McKee had told Monique that he could kill her at any time and would find her and buy the house right next to her, and that she would always be his wife.
She only really told those closest to her. And so that's why when this murder happened, these family members immediately went to police and said, we think we know who could have done this. We think we know who the suspect is.
One of Monique's closest friends told local affiliate WBNS that Monique confided in her and told her about the abuse at the hands of Michael.
She said, my ex, she said he was bad. She said abusive, very verbally, mentally abusive.
She was psychologically damaged, and she was working on it all the time. But she was also very open about it, which I truly appreciated about her.
According to the affidavit, Michael McKee also showed up at the Tempe home just weeks before their murders.
Turns out that police don't believe that the 30th was the first time Michael McKee had been at the Tempe residence. They think it was him at the residence December 6th, seemingly casing the residence.
Spencer and Monique are not home because they're at the Big Ten championship game. They're watching a game where 18 million others are tuning in to Fox.
And they'll hand it off. Henby. And that should take us to the end of the first half.
So it's this really exciting weekend for them. And suddenly, out of nowhere, Monique says she has to go. And no one knows why. She just leaves the game. Friends tell investigators that Spencer later told them that Monique had to leave because she was upset about something with her ex-husband.
What police are saying is not only was the double murder premeditated, they're saying that he had planned it, he had cased it. It was him on December 6th. It's him when they're killed.
For much more in this story, including what investigators are saying about the alleged killer's motive, watch The Perfect Couple, now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu. We turn now to the conflict in the Middle East. Today, Chief Washington correspondent Jonathan Karl had a phone conversation with President Trump. The president once again saying a deal could be made with Iran and that he's talking with the Speaker of the Iranian parliament, adding, quote, "A new regime, a different kind. Now we have a different group of people and they are in control, but they're much more moderate and I think much more reasonable." It's day 32 of the war with Iran. Stay with Nightline and ABC News for continued coverage of the war. Up next, from exhausting workouts to handmade costumes and smiling through the pain, what it takes to become a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. Welcome back. It's no secret how popular the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders are, but actually trying out for one of those coveted spots, that takes an enormous amount of endurance and athleticism and determination. Here's ABC's Rhiannon Alley.
I'm gonna move on to my makeup now, which is crazy because I've been doing it my whole life for competition dance, but I need to work on this because I'm not a professional yet.
It's the biggest day in Lexi DeLuca's professional dance career, and her hair and makeup have to be just right.
I feel like the look is a lot because it means a lot to look professional and poised while you're doing it. There are a lot of unspoken rules about your hair, about your nails, about your makeup.
Lexi is one of the hundreds of women auditioning to be a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. The team says it has seen a 55% increase in applicants from last year to this year.
I feel like I knew I wanted to be a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader ever since I was 5 years old. My dad's a huge fan of the Cowboys, and growing up I always wore my jersey to school.
Her competition is fierce as she vies for one of the coveted spots.
1 and 2 up.
Dre DiLorenzo knows how hard it is firsthand. She spent 3 years as an NFL cheerleader with the Miami Dolphins.
Just to audition to be an NFL cheerleader, there is just so much more behind the scenes that has to go into it. It's like you have to pretend you're running for Miss America. How would you present and train for something like that?
But there might be no team more competitive to make than the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders.
The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders are the most infamous NFL cheer team known worldwide.
The signature star-spangled uniforms and the sky-high kicks make them the most celebrated NFL cheer team.
The splits and the jump splits are something that are so notable, and people know, okay, the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, they're gonna pull out those jump splits.
For many, the Cowboys cheerleaders have held a special place in American culture since they revolutionized what it meant to be an NFL cheerleader 5 decades ago. So iconic, their uniforms are in the Smithsonian, and they've been on the forefront pushing for change with pay and inclusivity, with 2 reality shows, first on the CMT that ran for 16 seasons.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. You look like a toy soldier in the wrong little toy shop.
Before their run on Netflix began 2 years ago.
We are really excited that there's a lot of new girls. Every year the talent just gets better and better and better.
I would say DCC's exposure on Netflix has definitely been an amazing thing for the NFL cheer community, and every team just keeps elevating with the level of talent year after year.
I've been preparing this exact solo for around 3 to 4 months, and then before that I've been intensely training for about a year now. I mean, of course I've been training my whole life, but I feel like for NFL auditions I've been training around a year now.
5, 6, 7, 8.
She's an instructor in New Jersey working day and night to turn her dream into reality.
Up. So I teach every single day, but then I've had to stay until 11 o'clock, midnight some nights, just to keep up with my own solo and my own training, aside from, teaching my girls.
She's been going the extra mile needed to stand out.
I've been attending prep classes for around a year now. It's crazy how much goes into it. I've literally done color analysis on myself. I feel like the sneakers, the shoes, the tights, the nails, self-tanning, there's so much that goes into it.
Lexi even making her own costume.
I take a lot of pride in hand making stuff on my own. So I knew I wanted to make it from the very start. I bought this as a bathing suit, And then I rhinestoned it myself and made the centerpiece, cinched the fabric, and just did all the detailing myself.
But all these expenses still add up.
I think I've spent like $2,000 probably.
When you're preparing to be on an NFL cheer team, it is a full-time job, and a lot of people don't see all of the hard work that goes into this. So there is a lot of mental preparation, physical preparation, of course, and a financial preparation, definitely.
Dre DiLorenzo is now helping other women to hone their skills, teaching prep classes in New York City. Most of the dancers in her classes are auditioning for NFL teams.
I structure my prep classes like an actual NFL team audition. I'll usually start with some sort of HIIT workout, and this I encourage dancers to practice smiling in their presentations when they start feeling fatigued, because we have to make sure that these muscles are working just as hard as these muscles down here, because NFL cheer, we're selling this with the dance technique.
Prep classes are a total game changer. Going to prep classes helps you prepare for knowing choreography, helps you just put yourself in the space, it helps you gain confidence, and there's nobody better to prep with than Dre.
I think prep classes are the most important part of the training because it helps you get acclimated to the style of the team and also just gets you in shape.
Performing at the pro level definitely requires a different skill set than what a lot of typical dancers trained for growing up. When you're performing in a stadium on the field, that's 4 or 5 hours of nonstop dancing, which a lot of people don't realize. We are on the field longer than some of the NFL players.
Back in New Jersey, Lexi is doing her final touches before she hits record, ready to dance to Michael Jackson's Dirty Diana.
You'll never make me stay, so take your weight off of me. I know your every move, so won't you?
Lexi leaving it all on the dance floor.
That was good.
I'm probably gonna watch my solo video 20 times, just because that's the type of person I am. Submit my video and then keep stretching and training tricks and kicks and everything from there. And I feel like I kind of just like applaud myself for even trying.
Our thanks to Rhiannon. When we come back, Mrs. Roper Rumps salutes the beloved Three's Company landlady.
That wasn't very nice.
I'll say. She could have held it down.
You said enough.
Celebrated by thousands. And finally, it's the Sea of Helens. Welcome to Mrs. Roper's Rumps. It's tonight's Nightlight. They're the annual fan tributes to the nosy but beloved landlord's wife on Three's Company.
Come and knock on our door. Come and knock on our door. We've been waiting.
This Texarkana event raising money for rescue dogs. Audra Lindley played Mrs. Roper in all her caftan glory. Starred in a spinoff called What Else? The Ropers. And that's Nightline for this evening. Watch all of our full episodes on Disney Plus and Hulu. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Thanks for the company, America. Good night.